Welcome to the show, it's just the facts. Where we break it down, don't hold them back. Don't get in your feelings, cause it's only the facts. We got all the tea on them relationships. We gon' break it down and shatter all the myths. Talk about mindset goals, growth, and money tips. We gon' break it down and keep it all legit. Heart, my body, soul.
Bing, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. It's hoodie season. Get yours now. Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Jay. Welcome to another episode of Just the Facts. Nothing but the facts, so help me God. We got a banger for you today. This is a banger. This one is a banger. We got a Texas man with a machete and a head and a body and a 911 call. I'm gonna let you watch the news on Fox and get the full story. I ain't even gonna give you the insight on it. I ain't even gonna talk about it too much because we need to hear from them. So the first time I'm gonna run it through. It's a 2-minute video. I'm gonna run it through. We're gonna listen to it the first time. The second time, and third and fourth, or whatever, it's gonna just be me breaking stuff down and just sharing my thoughts. I encourage you to drop your comments and share your thoughts with me, so that way I can address those thoughts and we can have a conversation. We can talk about this because this shit is crazy. This is out of hand. Check this out.
What happened at an East Dallas motel yesterday where a man was beheaded during a machete attack.
Investigators say the suspect, Jordanis Cobos Martinez, has admitted he did it. Fox 4 Stephen Dials live with more. Stephen.
Those court documents very gruesome in nature. Investigators saying that the suspect admitted to beheading a man and he's currently being held on immigration hold. According to investigators, they say this all stemmed from a conversation about a broken washing machine. A day after a man was beheaded outside of a Dallas motel room, court documents describe how the gruesome crime unfolded. Some of the details we are not saying in this report because they are simply too graphic. Much of the information comes from a witness who told police she and the suspect worked at the location and were cleaning room number 108. That's when the victim, Chandra Nagamalaya, told both workers about a broken washing machine and instructed the suspect not to use it. Court documents say the witness stated the suspect became upset that the complainant was speaking to the witness to translate the communication instead of speaking to the suspect directly. Something in that confrontation set off the suspect. Moments later, police say he produced a machete from his person and started cutting and stabbing the complainant multiple times. The incident spilled into the parking lot, where the complainant's wife and son attempted to get the suspect to stop cutting him. Police say the suspect pushed them away several times and continued his assault, eventually removing the victim's head from his body. This is video from when Dallas police arrested Jordanis Cobos Martinez near the motel. Investigators say the suspect was covered in blood, still armed with the machete, and possessed the complainant's lanyard with key card and cell phone. The brutal murder left many in the area shaken.
I can't wait to go home and tell my husband I want to pack up and move.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
You live around here?
I do. I live right up the street. Criminal justice will come swiftly to this man. No doubt in my mind that justice will be served. As much justice as we can possibly get from a horrible crime like this.
He's charged with capital murder. We've also learned that there was a warrant for a probation violation stemming from a 2017 incident where the suspect in this case allegedly carjacked a woman while naked back in 2017 in South Lake Tahoe.
All right, Stephen Dial live.
This is crazy. So the man chops another man's head off in front of his wife and his kids because the man came and complained to him about a machine that didn't work. So the guy was agitated because the man wouldn't translate what he was saying to speak his native tongue, which in this case just so happens to be Espanol. And that's all it took, was the fact that he didn't translate it to Espanol for him to understand what was being said. And he pulls a machete from himself. Like, he obviously had a machete tucked in his garment somewhere on him. Maybe it was in the sleeve. I doubt it was in the sleeve, but hey, he had a machete somewhere where he pulls this mug out and he just hacking this man in front of his wife and his kids. His wife and his kid was out there trying to fight them. You got to look at the video. If you can stomach this type of stuff, I'm not going to show it here. Obviously, I'm not going to show it here. But if you can stomach that type of stuff, I'm sure you can go on X, find this video. It's like 5 minutes long. Man is out there hacking this guy up in front of his wife, in front of his kid, while they're screaming, trying to help, trying to stop. Another man is standing out there with his cell phone. I guess he's calling the police, but it took him a long time to call the police. I ain't gonna lie to you. Another thing is what I noticed that they didn't bring up or didn't mention. So they did talk about his 2017 arrest, where he robbed a woman, took her car, and he outside in the street, but butterball naked, like just running around like a real beaner right now, a baked bean. And he was released, but he was supposed to be going back to his country, which his country is in Cuba. He's a Cuban. He was supposed to go back to get sent to his country. However, his country declined to allow him to come back to there, which raises me a question of like, in what world do we live in? Like, what type of shit is America on where we can't send a motherfucker back to their country and their country accepts them? Like, how the fuck is that our problem that this motherfucker don't want to go back, that y'all don't want him in y'all's country? Nigga, y'all need to figure out what to do with him then, because he don't belong here. He don't belong here. So it then brings up the conversation about this whole immigrant thing that Trump talks about, where it's like, bruh, we got a Cuban man here chopping folks up because they don't speak Espanol. Nigga, we in America. We supposed to speak English, not Espanol. So where do we go from here? Because obviously, if they didn't accept him when he did a car robbery, how the hell, what you think they're gonna be trying to say if we send him back after he done chopped somebody's face off, chop their head off? I don't, in my opinion, I don't believe, I don't believe that a person from another country that commits a crime should have the ability to stay in America if the crime is a violent act, especially a violent act, regardless of whether their country wants to allow them back there or not. Like, that really doesn't make any sense to me. But aside from that, because this is the second heinous crime that I've seen in the last week now, where somebody is just getting stabbed or obliterated, like slashed up. My question, I guess, is then, do we think that the death penalty should be something that should be exercised in violent acts such as this? Or do you think that suffering in prison or in a prison environment is suffice, where a person suffers Because I mean, the way some folks go back and forth to jail, you would think that prison isn't a place of suffrage. You would think, based off of some of the videos you see that leaked onto the internet, that cell phones, the inmates that got cell phones and show where they doing TikTok dances, you would think it was a party in there. Especially when you listen to some of the war stories that people come home talking about prison now, how they glorify it. So my question, I mean, I really want to know, like, do we think that the death penalty should be something that should be exercised and exercised more often? I believe Texas is a state that if you commit capital murder, that you are subjected to the death penalty, but I don't think all states are. So where we stand at on that? What do we think about that? Let, let's figure this thing out, because this is a little crazy. I want to go into this video where it's a woman. It's a woman. I almost want to assume that this woman is the woman that they were talking about that worked with the man. But she has a video, or she has an interview where she's speaking with the police or with the news reporter, I would assume. And let's hear what she has to say, because she.
And can you believe that someone's been that close to you after what happened today?
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words.
You know, that you couldn't believe that this had happened.
Not at all. Not at all. Because he didn't, the person that did it didn't seem like he's capable of doing that.
Oh.
Very quiet, cleaned the rooms, went home. That was it. Yeah. And the guy that was killed, he was nice, was about business, stayed out the way, didn't cause anyone no harm. So
yeah,
that was crazy.
Again, we mentioned about just like what it would take to actually decapitate somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that goes to a different level of understanding how crazy this is.
Yeah, very calculated, very thought out. Yeah. So that had to have been built up.
And they said he had a machete. Did you ever see him with that before? No?
Hell no. I wouldn't be here. I would have left. No, I never seen a machete. No weapon, period.
How long have you been here, Kim, by the way?
3 months.
3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So the manager's name's Bobby?
Bob something. I don't know his last name.
Okay.
We just called him Bob.
Just seems like again, like you said, it's all about business. Probably wanted to make sure everybody had their rent paid.
Always. Make sure everybody was taken care of.
Yeah. And another guy, what can you tell me about the suspect?
Quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet, clean, and that was it. I never even really heard him talk. I know he spoke Spanish.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
But he would clean rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So
Smile,
he's been in your room.
Yeah. He's cleaned all of our rooms.
And can you believe that someone's been that close to you after what happened today?
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words. Nothing was off, you guys. Nothing. That's why I said it's unexpected. You wouldn't expect that to happen.
Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing. No. Never heard him argue with no one, cuss no one out, nothing. He just clean and go home.
Yeah. So this feels very out of character.
Very. Very. But again, we don't know what happened or what was said between him and Bob. We don't know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
What was most memorable about
Bob?
Yeah, the victim.
Like I said, I like the fact that he always made sure we were all taken care of. We were all good. That was it. It was just quiet. He wasn't a bad guy.
Well, obviously that wasn't a co-worker. That was a resident of the hotel where this incident happened, or motel, I should say motel. This is a motel. I can't really imagine her having too much to say about the dude. Like, if he just comes in your room every once in a while. I mean, obviously she says she's seen that he was quiet because he don't speak English, and he smiled, but it is seeming it would seem that it was something that was built up, because I just can't imagine a person that is cleaning rooms on a daily just walking around with a machete in their pocket, unless they kind of throw it off anyway and they a little institutionalized. Again, we don't really know what his background is. We don't know too much about him, but we do know that he's Colombian. Oh, no, not Colombian, Cuban, or Hispanic descent. And when I think about people of the Hispanic descent, we kind of think of like cartels and the gruesome things that they do, and that kind of seemed like it was one of those type of things. I mean, not saying that it was a cartel hit, don't misquote me on that, but saying like, I mean, he's Hispanic and they typically do handle their disputes with somebody's head gonna be gone rolling down the street. Let's play soccer. Everybody play football. Football. I ain't gonna fake. I thought when I seen that girl though, I thought she worked there. I was gonna say they probably need to get some better dental plans. Dental plans. Let's see what this one say. I want to find one that gives us a good information, some real good information here. I'm gonna be right here with it. Let's look at this one.
And developing this morning is a story that is really shaking a North Texas community. And I want to send you a warning that some of these details are very, very difficult to hear.
Absolutely. So tenants at an East Dallas motel say they watched in horror as a man attacked a worker with a machete. Matt Howerton has more on this gruesome murder, and we are learning more about the suspect.
In 2017, the face of Yordanis Cabos Martinez was introduced to news audiences in California, arrested.
So if I seen this man cleaning my room, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. Just because my mom takes it there every time. If I seen this dude cleaning up the room, I'm probably not about to let my wife and kid just be chilling up in the room by themselves, to be honest. Like he just don't give me the pleasant vibes. But I mean, again, that could be a bias because I know of the action that he already did. It could be. But would you let him clean your room if your woman was there with the kid? Or I'm saying, like, if you was a woman, would you want him coming up in the room while you in there by yourself cleaning so he can clean it up? I don't know. Like I say, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know where your head at with this one, because we looking in his face right now. We see his face right now. I ain't gonna say 4K, but we looking at his face right here, right now.
And later convicted of trying to steal a woman's car while naked with her still in it. On September 10th, 2025 in East Dallas.
Never heard him argue with no one.
I wonder if they did a psyche valve on this dude, because why was he running down the street naked in the first place trying to steal a car? Was he on some type of drug? Was he having a mental episode? See, it's like things like this. We gotta think about it. Like in America right now, we have an issue with the mental illnesses, man. Like folks is really out here running around misdiagnosed, undiagnosed, and folks don't even know, but they know they acting crazy and they wilding out. They doing some weird stuff. I think we need to, we gotta get to the drawing board, man. You got the man that just shot Kirk, what's his name, Charlie Kirk in the neck. He had time to write messages on the bullets. Like, man, I don't know, man. Folks be having some wicked minds, man. We gotta figure this thing out.
Cuss no one out, nothing. Be just clean and go home.
Martinez's face being seen again, but for something even more disturbing at this motel where he cleaned rooms like Kim Sheffield's.
I couldn't believe it. I'm still at a loss for words.
Police saying Martinez attacked and beheaded a coworker, a 50-year-old named Chandra Nagamalia, who Kim simply knew as Bob the manager.
I like the fact that he always...
Oh, so it was his boss. It was his boss. He chopped the boss's head off because the boss told him something. So the boss should have known he speaks Spanish. Why he ain't tell him why he ain't save himself the hassle, man? I ain't saying this is his fault. Don't get me twisted. I ain't saying this is his fault, but golly. So he killed his boss. That gives you more indication to say, yeah, this definitely had to be something that was building up. This was not just because today he came in there talking that yaya stuff. He probably said some other things at another time that Buddy was holding on to. And today is the day, bro. You gonna fuck around and find out today. Today is the day for you to fuck around and find out. You keep playing with me, Essay. That's what he said in his mind. That's what he's thinking. You keep playing with me, Essay. I got something right here for you.
Make sure we were all taken care of. We were all good.
He is actually cutting someone's head off.
911 calls came in early this morning. Guests saying Martinez was seen attacking Nagamalia with a machete.
Start arguing. Something not being done right in the room.
Stephanie Elliott saw it all, telling our Cole Sullivan the attack lasted several minutes, slash after slash.
Just kept hitting and hitting until he decapitated him. He kicked the head, and then he picked.
Hey, buddy's face was priceless just now. He looked real surprised just now. He said he kicked their head, his eyes opened up real wide.
And then he picked it up, and then he threw it in the trash can.
Elliott says Martinez then left, arrested a block away, police say. Our cameras
Was that
capturing
Bob?
the machete say. Our cameras capturing
That must have been Bob.
Elliott says Martinez then
So
left.
this must be Bob. Bob looks like he's just a regular old gringo. He's a gringo, man. The Cuban wasn't feeling the gringo. Bob just wasn't his cup of tea today. You've been pushing my buttons. You keep on coming in here talking to me crazy. And knowing how Bob might be, Bob might have been on his ass. Like, I done talked to you about this umpteen times. You keep on, you da-da-da. He probably said the wrong thing today. He said the wrong thing today. This is Bob. I have to assume that this has to be Bob. Why else would y'all show us this picture? Rest in peace, Bob, man. Rest in peace, Bob, man. Condolences to your family, dog. Yeah. Capital murder, yeah.
Arrested a block away, police say. Our cameras capturing the machete believed to have been used in the attack on the ground.
Man.
An area.
That's the machete, bro. Bro. Y'all seeing this? Oh, let me make it bigger for you. Y'all see that machete right there? That's the machete right there, bro. Like, it looked like it's been working. It's like a lawnmower blade right now.
An area photographer captured this of Martinez handcuffed, covered in blood. Fast forward to now, aside from an argument heard by guests, no motive has been released yet in this incident.
So this feels very out of character.
Very.
And Martinez's criminal past unknown to those he often saw, like Sheffield, it pales in comparison.
Okay,
to
is this
new capital
Martinez
murder.
or is this Bob? Maybe this is an older mug shot of Martinez. If he looked like this today, he definitely ain't coming in my room to clean my shit. Nah, bro. Hey, y'all ain't got nobody else here working? Who else here? Who else work here? Matter of fact, you know what? Hey, I don't know how to say this in Espanol. Just give me the supplies and I'll do it myself. You ain't nah, dog. We gotta know who this guy is. I'm assuming it has to, okay, it makes sense. So if it ain't Bob, then it has to be Buddy. And yeah, nah.
Charge and the gruesome details surrounding it. In Dallas, I'm Matt Howerton.
Nah, buddy, you can't come in here. You can't come in here. Indian origin. So, okay, maybe that is him. Deportation attempt.
That allowed an illegal immigrant and convicted criminal to remain in the country despite efforts to get him out. The Cuban national is now charged with capital murder for a gruesome machete attack this week at a Dallas motel. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us live with a closer look at that. Alex.
Hey, Steve, and I can tell you that the suspect remains here in the Dallas County Jail. You know, today we learned new details about why the Cuban national was not deported after serving time in a California jail, despite the fact that there was a federal immigration order in place.
Theoretically, 37-year-old Jordanis Cobos Martinez should not have been in the United States when police say he beheaded his boss at a Dallas motel Wednesday morning. The already once convicted Cuban national had been on an immigration detainer when he was released from a California jail on January 13th of this year after serving time for carjacking a woman in South Lake Tahoe while he was naked. But under the Biden administration, who was still in power at the time, he was released due to Cuba not wanting him back.
A country has to actually have a formal agreement with the United States or an informal agreement, either way, saying that they'll receive their deportees back.
We asked attorney Eric Cedillo to help explain what happened, especially because during his second term, President Trump has ordered deportations to a range of third-party countries, from El Salvador to South Sudan and Rwanda, all willing to take them.
It's probably true to suggest that that if this had happened more recently, he probably would be, sent to a third country as opposed to being released, out into the country. So it's a situation where timing had a lot to do with it.
In cases where a defendant like Cobos Martinez is in and out of jail, there are a lot of moving parts, from the police to the prosecutors and court.
So we still think that Trump doing wrong by getting these folks up out of here. I mean, it's one thing for like white on white, black on black, black on white, white on black crimes. Like we kind of like, granted, it's not saying that that's cool, but it's our homeland. Like, this is where we live at. This is where we were born at, right? But when you have another person that's coming into your country that's doing the same kind of acts, where they're intertwining into to murdering people, deleting people, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. When you coming over here and you robbing people of their cars and burglarizing and terrorizing communities, yeah, you gotta go. Like, it doesn't make sense why we wouldn't want these people to not be here, because they're adding to the issue that we're already having in our community, in our land, on our land, in our territories. Anybody want to tell me why it's not cool to get rid of these folks now? Because this right here is very telling. It's very telling. We had the people from down there, South America, that came up here and started taking over whole buildings. We got another group of people from group of people from South America that came up here. They started a crime ring where they robbing all of the athletes when they out there playing games. You didn't hit your parlay? That's probably why. Your parlay didn't get hit, because the players out there thinking about if they home getting hit because the Venezuelans up here capturing shit and taking over shit and robbing shit. Like, come on, man. When is enough enough? When do we at least get a man his flowers? Hey, man, you made the right call. Let's get these folks up out of here. Let's get these folks up out of here, man. When is enough in this situation?
That can complicate his custody status. But a statement from the Department of Homeland Security puts the blame squarely on the previous administration's policies, saying in part,
they put it on the who? They said it was whose fault? Biden? Kamala? Them folks? They trying to run again? Kamala trying to run again in 28? And they allowed this type of stuff? Wait. We ain't gonna allow that, right? We see that, right? Like, I'm gonna wait for it. I'm gonna just watch it play out. That's all I can do. I can't do too much. I'm gonna just watch it play out. Here we go.
This gruesome, savage slaying of a victim at a motel by Jordanis Cobos Martinez was completely preventable if this criminal, illegal alien was not released by the Biden administration, because Cuba would not take him back, adding that President Trump and Secretary Noem are no longer allowing barbaric criminals to indefinitely remain in America.
We see what they say. Trump and Secretary Noem are no longer allowing barbaric criminals to indefinitely stay in America. We can't let them stay in America. What they staying in America for? To be barbaric and torture our streets?
Cedillo says Cobos Martinez would likely be deported to a third-party country now, but he first has to answer to the murder charge here in Dallas. So immigration status may end.
See, this is one of them instances where I believe capital murder, you need to give that, you need to inject him with a serum, or we can eye for an eye. You wanted to go out there and slay. Well, how about we get some people and hack you too? I mean, that's only fair. I think that's the normal thing to do, because at the end of the day, y'all gonna allow him to go back to a new country. And let's just say in some fantasy world, he collects the money, because he's been making American money now. So if he in a third world country, he probably can got a couple dollars that he can go to another country and live like a king. He can go get him a fake identity, come right back to the Americas in 2028, obviously, when Kamala run, because I know y'all folks gonna try and vote for Kamala probably. This is as crazy as it sounds. Folks is gonna vote for Kamala. Kamala end up getting in office somehow, or whatever may happen. I doubt it's gonna be the case, but let's just say in this fantasy world, it is the case. And Jordanis comes over here as Jesus. Now he's Jesus, and Jesus might snap out on another person because they don't want to speak Espanol. And now we got a situation where, hey, we should have nipped this in the butt the first time. Hey, go ahead, he capital murder, death penalty. Let's get him on out of here. Let's not get him out of here and send him to a new place. Let's get him out of here indefinitely.
End up being a moot point.
In this situation, they're looking at, a situation where this individual may never get out of jail.
Man, I don't even need to hear no more. We heard enough. That man is the devil. What that woman say on Waterboy, he's the devil. Nothing more, nothing less. There's nothing else you can say about that. But again, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hit you with these questions, because I do want to see it in the comments. I want to see what y'all think. I really want to hear y'all's opinion on that. Do we think the death penalty is too harsh? Do we still think that immigrants should have the freedom to be in America? I mean, obviously, if they law abiding, I would say sure. But if they not law abiding, shouldn't we get them on out of here? Because they're not being productive to our society. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat, man. Drop them comments, hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'm gonna be coming back with more heat, more bangers, more crazy stories just like this. And we gotta figure some things out. You feel me? But it's been real. It's just the facts. Your boy Jay is signing out.